So, Mengzhang is the first dual element character which he has both wind and thunder to his kit. This might be a little bit confusing for people in how to build him, thinking build him with the wind or thunder, but for the most part, he actually deals thunder damage. And do not make the mistake of building him with wind damage because he has wind damage in his kit. His majority of his kit comes from thunder damage. Um, so his skills. His skills are fairly simple to understand. I'm not going to go into the nitty gritty of what they are. I'm just going to go into how they use. His normal attack is just normal slashes that he deals with his blade, the Azure blade. He deals a bunch of combos up to 6 times, and that's just it. Whenever he hits an enemy with some stages of his normal attack, he will gain a stack of Azure blades. This enhances his skill 1 and his skill 2. Now, his skill 1, Arrow Ascent, makes him to leap back and then deal wind damage to enemies. And then once Arrow Ascent is in CD, or once you have used Arrow Ascent, it will switch to Arrow Dash. This will allow him to dash forward and deal damage to enemies in front of him. And also, if you have stats from your first skill, it will rain down Azure Blades on the enemies. Stillness and Motion. This is his skill 2, and this is whereby he deals damage to the enemies, wind damage actually to the enemies, right? And this is when he's in still stance. However, when he enters stillness in motion, when he enters a move stance, the move becomes stillness in motion thunder, and now this will expend divine grace to deal damage over 2 strikes. Now, Eternal Prosperity. This is the skill whereby he deals damage in order to switch himself from wind to thunder, or in the game case, it's called stillness, stance, and then move stance, right? So you switch between still stance, which is wind damage, and move stance, which is thunder damage. Once he's in move stance, or the mode where he's dealing thunder damage, he will not come out of that mode until he has expended all his divine grace. That is when he will switch back into still stance. The skill is replaced with Eternal Prosperity Thunder once he's in move stance, and once he's in this move stance, he can use his skill 3 again to deal damage in combination with his skill 1 for more damage and more combos. You cast your arrow break, which is your skill 1, just after you cast your skill 3, and you keep tapping your skill 1 to deal a bunch of combos while the skill 3 is going on. Ultimate Dragon Lunar Mansion. This is just basically a big AoE damage that he deals to the enemies or enemies in front of him. Now, depending on what stance he's in, it will boost the type of damage that he's doing. In still stance, he'll get an increase in wind damage, and when he's in move stance, he gets an increase in thunder damage. He also gains 10% to ultimate skill charge whenever he or a teammate uses ultimate skill. His dodge effect, or arrow dodge, or dodge skill, whichever you want to call it, allows him to dodge enemies at the perfect time, or once you dodge enemies at the perfect time, it will rain down Azure Blades on the enemy once he's in move stance, once he's in still stance. And once he's in move stance, which is thunder damage, he will gain Eternal Prosperity, that grants him unyielding and damage blocking effects. For the access key, Otherworlder Kui is his best in slot, or it's a signature functor. This allows him to deal more wind damage, deal more thunder damage, boost thunder damage for him with depending on the move stance, depending on the stance that he's in, still stance or move stance. He also reduces thunder resistance and wind resistance for enemies, again depending on the stance that he's in. So yeah, it's his best in slot, right? But if you do not have or the resources to get otherworldly cool, I mean, if you're like some of us, which we're all broke and struggling, there's no problem. There are some other functors that are best for him or that are good for him. The 5-star one you pick up from the dimension variable, I forget the name. It will be displayed here when in editing. That one is also good for him. Then there's the 3-star one that increases skill damage. That's also good for him. Then there's also the 4-star one that reduces defense whenever you hit enemies with a skill. That one's also good for him. So those are three functors which you can always pick up. I mean, if you've been clearing the dimension variable quite often, you can pick that on up for free. While wishing, you can just do like a 10 pull to get the 4-star one in the functor wishing or the functor gacha, and the 3-star one just comes naturally. Once you're wishing to get the character, you get that one naturally. For sigils, his best in slot sigils is Dragon of the Desolate Sea. Now, this is a new sigil that came out with this update, and obviously is best in slot for Mengzhang. This goes in slot 1, 3, and 5, if I'm not mistaken, and this increases his wind damage, increases his crit rate for 15 seconds. For 7 seconds, sorry, when a thunder attack hits. So when you do thunder damage or when you enter move stance, you get 50% crit rate. Now this effect triggers once every 9 seconds and it lasts for 7 seconds, so you have 2 seconds cooldown. It also increases the non-DOT thunder damage by 7% when a thunder attack hits, and the non-DOT wind damage when a wind attack hits. So basically, whatever stance you are in, you will be dealing more damage in that stance. Now in slot 246, I am torn between Philosopher Fantasy, because that's what they used on their trial one, but in slot 246 I really think Akenobo might be better for him. But I don't know, if he's struggling to get Divine Grace or Combat Resources, which is Divine Grace, then you want to go with the Philosopher Fantasies, because Akenobo is meant to give you more damage the more you use or gain Divine Grace. It doesn't really help you gain Divine Grace, so it's only good for people who have enough Divine Grace or Combat Resource recharge in their kit. His normal attack helps to regain Divine Grace, but I don't know if some of his skills help to regain Divine Grace. Anyway, I feel Akenobo will be the best in slot for him because of the crit damage and increase in attack that you get. Philosopher Fantasies is also a good one because it helps you gain Divine Grace every second and increases his skill damage by 10%. For codes, they went the yellow code route, which obviously, when a hit is landed with his swords, it summons another thundercloud strike where the hit was landed. Right now, also triggers wind zone attack every 2 times in arrow break. So when you use this first skill, you trigger wind zone attack, and this would, when you trigger another skill, which is arrow dash, you enter move stance, dealing wind damage equal to 200% of your attack. Now, depending on your current stance, whether you're in move or still stance, which is wind or thunder, you gain 1% wind or thunder damage whenever a hit is landed, and this stacks up to 20 times, so you can get a bonus of 20% wind damage or 20% thunder damage, in whichever stance you are in when you keep hitting enemies. So all in all, not a bad code setting for him. Anyway, that's it for Mengzhang. Hope you guys had fun pulling him. Hope you guys are enjoying playing with him, and hope this helps you understand more on how he should be played, what to build with him, or how his kit works. Be sure to leave me a subscribe, comment under this video. Make sure you drop a thumbs up on this video, like this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm knows to recommend the video to other Mengzhang fellow likers like you out there. And that'll be all from me. My Discord, be sure to follow me on my socials, which is Instagram, Discord. They're all in the description of this video, so yeah, be sure to follow me there, and I'll see you guys in the next video.